Hey gang, Stephen Marshall here, kylandlordlaw.com. Wanted to give you another update. We've had some additional changes, and I got four things for you today. So, yesterday we got word from the Kentucky Supreme Court that they have extended court closures throughout the state of Kentucky. More good news, right? This time until May 31st, and they have likewise extended their refusal to accept new eviction filings for 30 days after that. So we're looking at July 1st at the earliest date that we can file any evictions, at least for non-payment of rent. Remember, there is an exemption process if you have a tenant who's engaging in dangerous criminal activity or who is a serious threat to public health and safety. Along those lines, second thing I've got is I'm being told that the governor's office does not want us sending out notices to pay or vacate. If you're in a landlord-tenant act area, that's the 7-day notices. They consider those to be part of the eviction process, which has been suspended under executive order. So that's not clearly stated in the process or in the order. So do with that what you will. Since we're not going to be filing any evictions for non-payment of rent until July, my advice is don't send those out for April. Don't send them out for May. But I think you do need to send them for June. If you've got tenants who have failed to pay in June, we send out those 7-day notices in June to be ready to pay, or ready to file the eviction in July. So until I hear otherwise, that's my advice. Now, third thing. I'm getting lots of reports from you guys that there are a number of tenants out there who believe the governor has told them they don't have to pay rent. I've been getting lots of phone calls and emails to that extent, have even seen emails and statements from tenants along those lines. And that is simply not the case, and so I've created a solution. Lots of you have asked me, what do I need to do with these people? How do I need to respond to them? I've created a notice that you can issue to tenants who have been either unresponsive and haven't paid their rent, or who have come right out and told you they don't have to pay their rent. I've created a notice that clearly outlines what the governor has said and not said, what Congress has done and not done. So I think this will be something that you can use to clear up misconceptions among your tenants and get the attention of people who think they don't have to pay their rent. Now, you're not going to get this for free, okay? This notice, I'm putting it out by request for $100, okay? So if you're interested, shoot me an email, smarshall@trippleslaw.com, and send me your billing address, and I will shoot you a Word copy of this notice that you can use with all your tenants who have been unresponsive, who have not paid, who think they don't have to pay. And I think it'll be a good investment for you. It'll put some additional money in your pocket. And then the final thing, if you follow my Facebook page, I told you all a few weeks ago that the Lexington Fair Housing Council got a pretty significant grant from the federal government, I believe $300,000. And they intend to use some of that money to keep tenants in their homes. Okay, they are looking to prevent a flood of evictions once the courts open back up. And so they're going to use that money to keep tenants in a long-term rental situation. Now, the details of what they intend to do are not clear. They don't know exactly how they're going to structure this. They're looking at providing some rental assistance to worthy tenants. And they haven't decided, what characteristics those tenants will have yet. They're also looking at mediating some situations where there's non-payment, getting the landlord and the tenant together and trying to help them either create a repayment agreement, create a move-out agreement, something that resolves the issue so it doesn't end up in an eviction case in July. And so right now, what they're looking for is feedback from you, from property managers and rental owners, on how to best structure that process, what things need to be in place to make it work for you, and what types of tenants should be targeted. Again, they're looking to create long-term situations here if possible. So if you will, shoot me an email and let me know your thoughts on this so that I can pass that along and give your input as this thing is being structured. Whatever suggestions you have on making this work for everyone, they'd love to hear it. So that's all I have for today. Extended court closures, no evictions for non-payment until July. Don't send any 7-day notices until June. If you've got tenants who are not responsive, let me know and I'll get you this notice that outlines their obligation to pay rent. And then if you've got suggestions on how to make this rental assistance and mediation from the Fair Housing Council work, again, shoot me an email on that. Guys, it's got to end at some point. All right, we won't be flattening the curve forever. At some point, there's going to be an end, and things will get back somewhat normal. We just have to hang in there until then. From everything I'm hearing, you guys are doing a fantastic job. As always, if I can help you, shoot me an email, give me a call on my cell phone. Keep your eye on this space for further updates. Take care.